Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. From the Sugar Shack Studios in Texas, USA, it's the In Wheel Time car talk show. And turn the page, Don.
With an international flair right now.
Yes, because we have Larry Way coming up with Auto Rama, who's going to talk to us about all of the details going on there. It's always good to talk to Larry. I got to drive the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450 SUV. I'll give you my thoughts on it. Conrad has the cruise-in calendar and This Week in Auto History. And later we'll bring you the stories making automotive news headlines just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us for the last hour of our show, because it is the last hour. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to a podcast, it's only 30 minutes long, so you'll have to go to the next podcast to complete this hour on podcast. However, if you are on our live broadcast, watching live, then stay tuned. We've got a whole hour
What
left.
happens if they want to set their clocks back now? Will they hear the 9 o'clock hour again?
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
I'm
Try
just
to
asking.
describe that.
I'm asking for Conrad.
So tonight, if you're listening on a broadcast, listening to our podcast twice, then you will find out that this is the day that we turn our clocks back.
Yeah.
Fall back. So we gain an extra hour of bedtime. I didn't say sleep.
Well, theoretically,
Mars.
It'll work.
I'm going to talk to Larry. Y'all. I'm going to talk
Let's
to y'all.
bring Larry on.
I know
Well,
Larry.
Larry just bumped
Oh,
off.
Larry.
Did he?
Oh.
No, there he is.
is.
Larry Way. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Auto Rama himself from Canada.
He says he
And
can't hear us.
We can't hear you
Well, I don't
either.
know. We can't hear you either, so I don't know
Well,
what's
that's not a
going
good
on.
thing.
But you look really good, Larry.
Yeah, you're looking sharp.
Yeah, and we see your mouth moving, so we got to be doing something right.
All right, so let me
Mr. Mars is going to have to work on that. But at any rate, you heard
no audio.
you heard the Auto Rama spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's an annual event here
It
in
is an
Houston,
annual event.
Thanksgiving week.
And I have to tell you that my original Auto Rama was back in the day, and I'm going to basically give away my age. Not that I want to.
We give it away all the time.
I know you do. Shut up. And so it was at the Albert Thomas Convention Center, which was brand new at the time in downtown Houston, which is now that venue down there that has a Hard Rock Cafe and all that stuff. There's also a music venue that I hate, that you either stand and watch and listen, or if it's a comedy act or something, they have folding chairs down there. It's just
Not what you want.
no. But at any rate, that used to be the Albert Thomas Convention Center. Were you living here then?
No, that was way before my time.
Shut up.
Way before my time.
Okay. So that was my first Auto Rama. And that was, I must have been 16, 17, something like that.
Oh, that was back in the 60s.
1860s.
I didn't say 1860s, but that had to be back in the 60s.
Well, it was. Okay.
So don't give me the evil eye.
I'm not getting, that's the stink
Side
eye.
of the stink eye.
Okay. Now can Larry, can you hear us?
Good morning.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wonderful.
God, it's a miracle. You know what? It's the border crossing of Canada.
Oh, yeah.
That's causing this interruption.
Actually, I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh,
I'm here.
For what show? SEMA show.
The SEMA show just ended. Yes,
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that before we came. So it ended yesterday.
yes, it did. It was a huge success. I would say the crowd was probably 80 or 85% what we had in 2019, but it was really good.
Oh, good.
That's good to hear. What were you doing there?
Networking, representing Auto Rama and
You
shaking hands and usual thing.
you don't need any help or an assistant, do you?
Maybe somebody carry your bags.
Go
or
the
something?
line. There's a long line.
I'm sure that there is.
But I must say the best day I had was Friday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, I I spoke to Gene Winfield. His health is not what it was, and spoke to his caregiver. She said, "Would you like to come to our hotel room while Gene's having breakfast?" And I spent an hour with Gene Winfield.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
He's like a million years old.
I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. He's just so darn wonderful. We talked about, all the times. I talked about Houston Auto Rama, getting a motorized scooter and going to his room and walking back with him, and all these things we did together. It was just absolutely wonderful.
That's good.
Well,
that was the best part of this whole trip for me.
Well, and Gene's definitely a legend in the custom car world.
Well, he worked with George Barris and all of the other famous car builders back in the day, and
Gene's the only one left.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is he so he's not very mobile anymore, but apparently he's still got his mind.
He's still got his mind. He's still making appearances. They called me last night. The caregiver called me last night. I was out to dinner with someone else. They were driving back to California because he wanted to go to a show today. So he's still making appearances.
Wow.
And just loves it. That's what he loves to do. He loves the people, and he loves being with people.
And he loves talking to people. And I will tell you, if you remember correctly, and I know you do, that every time we had him on the show there at Auto Rama,
we got a
there was
crowd.
Always a crowd around wanting to hear everything, every
nuance
letter that he was speaking, because he's such an interesting guy that invites everybody in to talk to him, and he's just a great entertainer, not only just a talent, an incredible talent when it comes to cars.
He's and the thing, there's a lot of things I love about him, but one thing is that he shares his talent. He has workshops, and if anybody asks him questions, he shows them how to do it. And so many people do not do that in our lives, but he's done that his whole life, shared his talent with others. And he's been so generous to people. He's just an absolute wonderful man.
Well, I assume that he's not going to be at Auto Rama this year.
He's not going to be. Our 63rd annual Auto Rama is coming up Thanksgiving weekend. You can get discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts stores, and we have another great show in store.
And who are the special guests this year?
Well, we have a couple of things. We have an FMX freestyle motocross show, which a lot of our shows we can't do that in because the ceilings aren't high enough. Because they do flips and tricks in the air with their motorcycles.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. We have the Lucha Brothers. Lucha Bros, they'll call themselves. They're the AEW Wrestling Tag Team Champions. We have them Friday from 2 to 5.
Are they going to wrestle?
Probably not, but I can maybe set it up for you, Don.
No, I'm not. I'm good.
My money's on the wrestlers.
Who's going to be your tag team partner?
Yeah.
Conrad.
Conrad will.
Oh, Conrad.
No, I've had 2 back surgeries. I don't need a third. Thank you.
I've had 2 back surgeries also. Well, Saturday from 2 to 5, we have Noel G. He played Hector in the Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Sunday, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno.
The Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno? Oh, my God, the real Hulk.
From 1 to 4 on Sunday, yeah.
I hope nobody gets him mad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a great lineup. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. And what people don't know is, somebody's got to get these guys from the airport and bring them downtown. Guess who that guy is?
Yeah, you're talking to him.
That'd be Larry.
I've spent so much time in airports waiting for people. I mean, traveling also, but, waiting for people, they missed their flight or something's happened. And
do you have that little sign that says Mr. Ferrigno that you hold up so he gets off the plane?
I'll probably recognize him when he comes.
Well,
he'll be the guy in the ripped clothes and the green skin.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you doing the? Are you serving at the convention center for the
Thanksgiving again?
Thanksgiving event?
Funny you ask. Yes, I want to go in early. I think the first round is at 7:15, and what those people do. There's the cooks or the chefs are getting ready, but they stuff bags, and as you guys probably remember, I'm a walker, so. You walk around and you'll pick up pasta and canned goods, whatever it is, and you put it in bags because hundreds of cars will line up and pick up bags of food. And most all of the people, till they run out, that are there for lunch, I should say, will get a bag of food too. So it takes about an hour and a half to fill those bags. So I'm going to go in early and walk and help fill bags.
Well,
And then what else they want. So I'll be there for most of the day.
What a great tie-in for you and Auto Rama to always do that every Thanksgiving.
You know, when I if it's been a few years ago, and I was watching the news Wednesday night, and they said, well, we're looking for volunteers. And I called Pete, who's our show manager and owns our company, and said, we don't open till 4, and I don't have anything to do until early afternoon. You know, would you mind if I did that? He says, oh, heavens no. That's a great thing for you to do. So I started doing it. And then every year I get an email and I sign up. And yeah, I enjoy it. And it's so nice to see so many people enjoying this. And the other things they do, like one year there was 4 ladies there cutting hair. In COVID times, they were given COVID shots, they're given flu shots, and there's videos. So there's other things, other people volunteer to do other things for them. So it's really a big deal. And of course, all the politicians come. It's a great photo op. But I think every country in the United States, every city in the United States and every city in the country of Canada should do this. It's just a huge, huge thing for these people.
Yeah, that's a tradition here in Houston.
Awful big thing to put on, but it really is something.
Yeah. So, Larry, let's talk about the Magnificent Seven, if we can, for just a second. Do we know who the Magnificent Seven are going to be yet?
No.
Tell us first of all, explain what the Magnificent Seven are, and then explain to us the method that they go to choosing these cars.
Well, we have a Millwinders Award, so it's a vehicle that's the first time shown in Houston. And it's $5,000, so it's a pretty big deal. So they go through and the not the judges, yes, but also the management together. They'll get a list of who's eligible, and then they'll walk around and they'll look at the vehicles, and then they'll sit down and have a meeting, and they'll pick 7 semi-finalists, and then the judging staff will decide which is the best car, of course. And that'll happen Saturday night. Saturday they'll probably know who that is. So
Saturday before the show.
Yeah.
No, Saturday
During the show.
During the show, yes.
Saturday
so
of the show, yeah.
It's called the Millwinders Award, which is one of the original clubs with the Houston Auto Rama. But it's a big deal. I mean, if the person wins best custom, he gets,
But wait, those 7 cars are up front.
Yeah.
Well, so you do this on Saturday, but they're already up front. How does that work?
No, what they do, what they'll do, they'll go through the applications and say, okay, these people are all eligible, and then they go around and they pick the cars on Friday. They'll as they're set up, and they'll look at them and they'll get the semifinalists, and then they'll pick the top car.
Okay.
So as they register, there's something about the registration process that helps identify them. I mean,
right.
Well, first time in Houston,
right.
And it's not just the car, but you guys also judge the display as well, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So there's a separate award for the display, but a display, yes, you can win award. I think the top 10 displays get awards, or top 8. I'd have to look at my notes. There's a separate award for the displays, but the display is part of the vehicle, and it's themed to the vehicle. So that is really important because it shows the vehicle well, and then it attracts the public, of course, and attracts the judge's eyes.
Yeah.
And do some of these cars follow your show, the Auto Ramas, as they move around the country?
They do. We have a championship. We have the Summit Racing Series championship, and they have to qualify. I think this year they have to go to 4 shows to qualify, and then once they qualify, they can go to they'll be invited to the championship finals. Now, the championship finals so this is the 23-24 kickoff. The Houston Auto Rama. The 22-23 championships will be at our show in Cincinnati, which will be the second weekend in January. So people that qualify will go to Cincinnati, and they'll be judged. Those cars will be judged, and they'll pick the winners. And they'll be part of our Cincinnati show, of course. But that's where it will be. That's where the 2022-2023 championship finals will be. So there'll probably be 20 or 5 or 30 vehicles. There was a I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years. 25, 30 years ago, we'd have 40 cars and we had a lot of motorcycles touring, and there'd be 10 motorcycles. It was really a big deal. And these were really high-end cars. I mean, it was a time when there was more people touring. It costs a lot of money to build a car, but it costs an awful lot of money to tour.
Yes, it does. Whew.
Gas and hotels and you go to a show and the judges and let's say you're in the truck category and there's 3 of you touring. Well, I beat you 2 guys, and then the judges will say, well, this is what you need to do to your truck. So you got 2 weeks off, so you can go and you do some things hoping to beat. So throughout the season, they're also doing things to their vehicles. Now, if it's a major thing, no, but most of the time it's not. But they'll do things to try and be more competitive. It's just ongoing. To tour a vehicle is really quite an endeavor.
So the show opens on Thanksgiving Day, Larry, and runs through Sunday. Do you have the hours in front of you?
I believe it's 4 till 8 on Thanksgiving, 10 till 10 Friday, Saturday, and 10 till 6 on Sunday.
Yeah. And do you have a full boat of entrants that are going to be there at the show?
Well, as I understand it, yes. I think they even have a standby list. So Steve Green is our show chair. You know Steve. You guys,
yes, I know Steve very well. Yeah.
Yes. He says we're full.
Very good.
And standby. So it's going to be another great show. We have Shorty's Lowrider Showcase. As you know, we have a little bit of everything. We have cars, trucks, and motorcycles, and lowriders, and we. Some people are partial to, custom cars or street rods or lowriders, whatever it is, but we need to have something for the whole paying public, for everybody. We have something nice to see for them. So we really have a really great cross section once again. And I love the Houston show because when you walk in, it's a gigantic building, of course, but when you walk in and you see all those cars along the front, and it's so long, and it's just, it's very impressive.
And you also get to see us once a year.
You bet.
You guys, and see it broadcast live on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Well, we'll be there. And we look forward to seeing you, Larry, and it's great to talk to you, even though you're in Las Vegas. Are you going to go back to Canada today?
No, actually, well, I have a block of rooms of 27. So it's a hotel just down the street from SEMA. So everybody's tugging at me. So everybody will be gone by tonight. There's an outdoor car show we go to today, which is really quite nice. And there's a museum there. And I've never seen so many autographed guitars and so much memorabilia in my life. So we're going there today. I'm going with a couple of friends, but tonight, or by tomorrow morning, most everybody will be gone. So I'm not going home till Tuesday. So it gives me a couple of days just to relax and go for walks and just chill.
Catch your breath.
And be in the warm weather because it's cold at home.
Well, there's
hit the blackjack tables, right?
All right, so we'll see you Thanksgiving weekend, George R. Brown Convention Center, and it's autorama.com.
Autorama.com, you get all the information.
Beautiful.
Very
Larry,
good.
it's great to talk to you.
Great to talk to all you guys. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
You got it. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Larry.
Larry Way.
Take care.
Yep, Mr. Autorama himself. All right, time now for the cruise-in calendar. And I can start off, if that's okay. May I steal one of your cruise-ins?
Steal it.
That would be the Chrome and Coffee that happens tomorrow from 9 to noon at the Avalon Diner at the Fountains out in Stafford. And let me just say this, that it's probably one of the nicest, coolest cruise-ins ever. So you get to meet up with all the cruise-in people. And it's always a bunch of different people every week. It's interesting how that all works out.
And Don will be there with his Corvette.
Hopefully.
What will Craig bring? His McLaren, maybe?
I don't know whether I don't know.
Something
He's
else.
got, there's
something
no
special.
telling.
Whatever his choice
But
is.
the other nice thing about it is come hungry because you can stop there at the Avalon Diner and have breakfast with the rest of us. So that's always good. And more?
Yep. So Heroes and Hot Rods is this afternoon. It's a charity car show up at 1910 Cypress Station in Houston, and it's an open car show. Taps and Turbos car show at No Labels Brewing in Katy, Texas, starts this afternoon. Again, and the Lumberton Fall Car Show, just to give an out for Mars out there in the Golden Triangle. is at the 119 Church Loop in Lumberton, Texas, and that's an open car and truck show. Your entry is bring a canned food item for donation,
Okay.
and they don't need any more beets.
I like beets. I'm a beet fan.
They taste like
Pickled.
They
You
taste
and Michael Jackson.
Pickled
They
beets.
taste
yeah.
like dirt.
You and Michael Jackson. Beat it. Beat it.
Tomorrow morning is the Woodlands Coffee and Cars for a Cause at 9595 Six Pines Drive in the Woodlands. The entry is a donation for the cause. And Pistons at the Park in Austin Park and North Pizza in Pflugerville, Texas. And then
North Pizza.
don't
Is that a street?
Yep,
It's next down the street from Pepperoni Avenue.
Pepperoni Avenue. Yeah, right there near Anchovy Way.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
And then again, Northside Mustang Club. A shout out to you guys. I know you're listening. They're in New Caney right now at Bull Salas Park. Thanks for your support.
Okay.
The end.
The end. Back to you, Don.
Thank you so much, Conrad. All right, time now for the car review this hour. I got a chance to drive the Mercedes-Benz GLS 450. It comes in these trim levels: GLS 450, GLS 580, and GLS AMG 63. I had the GLS 450, which, according to Edmunds.com, is the most popular vehicle of the three. It's more affordable, and you'll see. It's a standard SUV, 3-row. I would not put it in the same size category, however, as the Suburban, because it's not. It's smaller. How many passengers? 6 with the driver.
Two,
and
two.
2 and 2. Exterior changes from last model year was all new for 2022. Exterior features include the understated modern design. It's classy looking with lots of windows. You can see everything. Huge grille with an oversized Mercedes-Benz badge right smack dab in the middle of it. By the way, they have different grills for different trim levels. Clean design, rear hatch with dual exhaust. The AMG has got 4 exhaust pipes on it. Big tire wheel options is beautiful. What I liked about it, the conservative elegance. I don't know how else to put it.
That's a
could use it-
Mercedes.
Yes, what could use improvement? What's with roof racks in 2024?
Don't know.
Nobody uses them.
Never.
I don't know why they're up there.
Well, and I guess it's to give it that off-road look. Well, guess what? That look went out about 10 years ago, so stop putting roof racks
Or
on
longer.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
remember, Richard said they'll saran wrap you at at the race and
Yes,
make
I-
you ride around on the
Yeah,
roof.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's a no-go for me. Matter of fact, Craig hated them so bad, he took them off one of his brand new vehicles that it came with and had to plug the holes. Interior highlights. The kitchen sink wasn't offered, but the interior is awesome.
That's a lot of display space on that
Yeah, it
thing.
is.
It is.
Huge.
So it is, yes, an infotainment and dash design that is all inclusive. One screen has instruments and an infotainment that stretches half the dash. Seating has more adjustments than you can actually have by law. There is enough room in the third row, believe it or not, for 6-foot tall people.
Wow.
Yeah, we tried it out. We put my grandson back there along with his mama, my daughter, and no problem. Leg room is plentiful back there, which is surprising, actually. Cargo trunk room, big with the third row down. What I liked, the customizable ambient lighting. You want to change the color, you want to turn it on, turn it off, all of that sort of stuff, and it's pretty inside. And the sun goes down, you go, ooh, look at that. It's
Create
a Carno.
orange.
Yeah, yeah. What could use improvement? I don't know. It has more comfort than your living room, I think. What can be challenging, however, is the technology. Get out the owner's manual, spend at least a good hour with the owner's manual, with the car on, and you see if you can find stuff, because I couldn't find it. Oh, I'm sorry. I turned your microphone off because you were down there fumbling with your microphone and making all sorts of noise, and we could all hear all of that.
My
There.
bad.
That's yes.
I was trying to hear everything else. But anyway, But I was going to say, I had to drill down. I mean, you're right. You had to drill down into those screens to try and find stuff. It wasn't right there.
I could not find how to reset the trip meter on it.
Oh, it's down in there.
I know it is. It's down in there, but I never found it.
It's not something you could. I mean, you talk about distracted driving.
It's not intuitive.
Yes,
No.
that's exactly right. So keep that in mind. If you're a techie, you are going to love this car. I'm not a
Absolutely.
techie, but there you go. It has a 3-liter inline turbocharged 6-cylinder, and it's a mild hybrid. I'm not exactly sure what the definition of a mild hybrid is, but somehow it's a mild hybrid. 375 horsepower out of this 6-banger, 369 pound-feet of torque, and it'll get it with that 9-speed automatic transmission. That's a quote from Mars. That's the way he uses it.
It'll get it.
19 miles per gallon city, 24 highway. I got 21. I'm sorry, for combined at 21, I got 23.7 over 373 miles. What I liked, love the inline 6 turbocharge. And you know,
Torque.
yes, and you know Stellantis is going with that inline 6. Forget the V6. Let's go with the inline 6. What could use improvement? They need to disable the start-stop feature on every car that is ever produced. Just clip the wires off of there, okay?
But they do return fuel economy, and
Okay.
that's their reason for it.
Okay. When gas gets up to $10 a gallon, that may be important, but
That
right
might
now
be
it's
right
not.
around the corner.
It could very well be. Smooth. Ride and handling, well-controlled dampers. It has an air suspension. What could use improvement? Nothing. Show me the world what ride perfection is all about. This is it. This is ride perfection. This is not a race car. This is a road car. And whew, boy, is it nice. Base trim price, $87,000.
Wow.
Prices tested, $95,720. Okay, so what is it that costs so much money? Let me give you a couple of examples. The acoustic comfort package is $1,200. The AMG line package, not the AMG, but the AMG line
Yeah,
package.
the appearance.
That costs $3,250. The DXI exclusive trim is $1,750. So if you want to goose it up with all of the extras, then you just go for it, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and maybe even more. Now, competitors, BMW X7 for $77,850, the Infiniti QX80, $74,150, and the Lexus LX600 costs $90,815.
So they're all in that same price range.
Yeah, a lot. That's my review of the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLS. Open the wallet, buy it. You're going to love it, and you'll have to go to school on the tech.
So you take it back if they gave it to you again.
Absolutely. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Hey, Houston! America's greatest hot rod tradition is back! Thanksgiving weekend! The O'Reilly Auto Parts Auto Rama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, and performance cars. The ultimate lowrider showcase. Sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics. See Lone Star Throwdowns, Texas-sized truck spread. And don't miss the traditional rod and custom section. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, see wild, high-flying freestyle motocross stunt shows. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend on the celebrity stage presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration. Friday, meet AEW Tag Team Superstars, the Lucha Bros. Saturday, it's Noel G, Hector from the Fast and Furious. Sunday, it's Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Auto Rama, November 23rd through 26th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts, part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
Houston's finest cars are invited to another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, and you're invited too. Show off your personal pride and joy, or just stop in to see the likes of Lucid, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and more. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It all takes place Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with other car enthusiasts. From BMWs to Bentleys, Corvettes to McLarens, the Car Social is a different kind of show. Talk to the owners. See Gulf Coast Auto Shield's facility. You'll be amazed. Put it on your calendar now. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Real Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InRealTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts.